Female psychology. Why she pulls away when you show too much interest. Welcome to Strong Male Figure. Today, we uncover one of the most painful and confusing experiences for men everywhere. Why women pull away the moment you show too much interest. This is not a mystery. This is not cruelty. This is psychology, biology, and timeless wisdom. And once you understand it, you'll never look at relationships the same way again. Picture this. You meet a woman. She laughs at your jokes. She responds quickly to your texts. She flirts with you. You feel the spark. And like most men, you want to lock it down. So you pour your energy into her. You call her constantly. You text her good morning, good night. You cancel plans with friends just to be available. You shower her with compliments. At first, it feels good. She seemed interested, so you match it. But slowly, almost without warning, her tone changes. Her replies get shorter. Her excuses get longer. She says she's busy. She starts to pull away. And you're left wondering, what happened? The truth is simple. You gave too much, too soon. And in doing so, you triggered a deep psychological mechanism that kills attraction. Let's break it down. The certainty trap. Attraction thrives in uncertainty. When you give too much interest early on, you remove the very fuel that keeps desire alive. Mystery. Psychologists call this the scarcity principle. People value what is rare and uncertain, and they take for granted what is abundant and guaranteed. Think about it. Which would excite you more, winning a rare prize or being handed something everyone has? The rare prize triggers adrenaline, anticipation, and desire. The common item? You toss it aside without thinking. When you flood a woman with attention, you remove her curiosity. You tell her without words, "You already have me." And the moment she knows she has you, her biology stops fighting for you. The Stoic Seneca once wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who always desires more, who is poor. By desiring her too openly, you make yourself poor in her eyes." 2. The biology of the chase. Female psychology isn't random. It's built on survival. For thousands of years, women's survival depended on choosing men who could lead, protect, and provide. That meant men who had control over their emotions, men who were focused on mission, men who did not crumble under pressure. When you show too much interest, chasing, begging, overwhelming her with attention, you're signaling weakness. You're showing that you've abandoned your mission for her validation. Biologically, that tells her, this man has no higher purpose. His world revolves around me, and instantly, her attraction begins to die. Think of fire and oxygen. Attraction is the fire. Your attention is the oxygen. A little oxygen keeps the flame alive. Too much oxygen suffocates the fire. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. When you make her your entire focus, you hand her your power. And once you give that away, the chase is over. 3. The power of self-containment. A strong man is self-contained. His emotions are not spilled out like water on the floor. His validation is not handed out cheaply. Self-containment communicates value. Think about gold. It doesn't beg to be noticed. It doesn't flood the market. Its value lies in its scarcity, in its silence, in its restraint. When you remain calm, controlled, and measured in your interest, you are like gold. Women sense your rarity. But when you gush too soon, when you overinvest, when you make her the sun your world orbits around, you become common. And the common is always abandoned for the rare. 4. Nature's tests. Here's the brutal truth. Women test men. They don't always know they're doing it, but their psychology demands it. Why? Because her instinct is to seek the strongest man possible. So when she pulls away after you've shown too much interest, it's not always rejection. Sometimes it's a test to see, will you crumble? Will you panic? Will you beg for her back? Will you abandon your mission just to chase? Most men fail this test. They chase harder. They text paragraphs. They demand answers. And by doing so, they prove themselves weak. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." If you cannot master your emotions when she pulls back, you are not free. You are her slave. 5. The weapon of silence. When she pulls away, your greatest weapon is silence, not anger, not begging, not threats. Silence. Silence says, I am not desperate, I am not shaken, my life is bigger than you. And silence creates space for her to feel your absence. Absence creates value. Value reignites curiosity. Most men don't realize this. They think silence is weakness, but in reality, silence is power. Silence is control. Silence is respect for yourself. It is better to let H or wonder why you said nothing than to let her confirm you are desperate with 1,000 words. 6. The purpose principle. The strongest men always return to mission. When she pulls away, the weak man makes her his new mission. He cancels his life to chase her validation. But the strong man, the Stoic man, returns to his craft, his discipline, his vision. This is why women chase men who are consumed by their goals. A man with purpose is magnetic. A man with mission is irresistible. Because purpose is masculine, purpose is rare, purpose is power. And when your life is about more than women, women are drawn into your life. 7. The Stoic way of rejection. Not every woman who pulls away will come back. Some were never interested to begin with. Some found someone else. Some simply moved on. And that's fine, because her leaving doesn't define you. The Stoics taught us this truth. Never tie your self-worth to something you cannot control. If she leaves, you remain the same man. If she stays, you remain the same man. Either way, your frame does not break, because the true measure of a man is not how he handles victory, it's how he handles rejection. 8. A story of two men. Let me give you 2 examples. The first man meets a woman. She shows interest. He dives in head first, texts all day, compliments endlessly, rearranges his life for her. She pulls away. He panics, doubles down, tries to win her back. She loses respect. He loses her. The second man meets a woman. She shows interest. He responds calmly. He invests slowly. He stays focused on his mission. When she pulls away, he doesn't chase. He lets her feel his absence. And often, she comes back stronger. The difference? The first man gave away his power. The second man held frame. And women always respect the man who holds frame. My brothers, remember this. When you show too much interest too soon, she pulls away. Not because she's cruel, but because you forgot the laws of psychology, biology, and Stoic wisdom. The weak man panics. The strong man remains silent. The weak man chases. The strong man returns to his mission. The weak man begs. The strong man commands respect through his composure. Be the mountain. Be the gold. Be the strong male figure. If this message lit a fire in you, hit that like button, subscribe to Strong Male Figure, and share this with a brother who needs to hear it today. And always remember, silence is power, mystery is attraction, and your mission is everything.